I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
First off, I want to sincerely thank Guillermo, because Guillermo has sent in quite a few requests, and I really do appreciate your generosity. Thank you. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics or reactions, re-reviews, reviews, commentaries, I do pretty much any type of video. I will try to get to it as soon as I can. Feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. What was this movie called again? Deep Dark from 2015. Okay, first off, that title sucks. What the hell's Deep Dark? What does Deep Dark even fucking mean? What's a Deep Dark? My ass? Yeah, might as well be. My ass is the Deep Dark. I don't know what the fuck Deep Dark means. It's such a generic, lazy, boring title. And that cover is very, very misleading. There is a hole in the wall. But, okay, if I were to tell you that the movie is about an artist, he thinks he's destined for great things, but he's failing. He is living in the basement. He doesn't know what to do. He calls his uncle. His uncle says, go to the studio for a couple $100. He decides to go there. There's a hole in the wall with a female voice. Starts talking to him, going, I will give you art, and I will give you the edge. I will give you cojones. How the fuck do you want to call it? Inspiration. I'll give you the inspiration. Sometimes he'll pull like a little string and a little thing comes out of the wall. And most of the film is this slow build drama that's barely a horror film, in which the hole in the wall, a female voice, is in love with the lead guy, seduces him to literally taking his pants off and fucking the hole. No dick is seen in this movie. And the hole in the wall is in love with this guy. And she does bad things, but she's not even like doesn't seem like even like an evil thing. At times a bitch. Someone looks into it and hurts their eyeball. There's even a point where she protects the lead guy. And then at the end, we're supposed to feel sorry for it. What I'm saying, in its hour and 20 minute movie where it's a slow build, more about a drama and trying to have a story, which I'm sorry, the story does not fill 70, 80 minutes, maybe 20, 30 minutes at best. Everything I'm saying, does that make you think of this poster? where it's have a joke about a glory hole and the tagline, and there's teeth, and there's blood all over. No. This looks like a horror comedy, this poster. Or like a gory exploitation. Some kind of, cheap but low budget, maybe gore fest, or some cheap effects about a hole that eats people or chops people's dicks off or something else. Or maybe it was about you think it's about a glory hole that people use, and lo and behold, the glory hole eats dicks. I don't know what the fuck the movie was about, honestly. But you look at that cover, the movie's not what the cover advertises. That plus a boring title called Deep Dark. No wonder I've never heard of this fucking film. And it's not like the film is that poorly directed, as in it's averagely directed. It's not like a Neil Breen film. It's not like films I've seen like Newty, Pocket Ninjas, fucking Feeders 1 and 2, and other shit. The Amazing Bulk. But, and the acting is not that bad. Like the lead guy, I forget his name. I apologize. But he's not bad. Lead guy's not bad. Like I say, he's an artist. He thinks he's destined for one thing, but he's a failing artist. He's struggling. And like I say, it takes like 20... It's only, again, an hour and 15 minutes, give or take, hour and 20. It takes like 20 minutes for the whole to become a part of it. Because it's him talking with his mom. This really random fucking scene, seemingly random, where the guy who I believe is the lead guy's uncle, we come to find out, he has his nightmare where he's pulling something out of his belly button, and then he wakes up from the nightmare. The reason I say that's fucking weird is because, again, we come to find out this is our lead character's uncle, who's the one that sends him off to the studio. That means, and the movie barely works this into the rest of the running time, but you can put two and two together that the uncle was at this place before, and that's how he got the inspiration for artistry, and then he got rich. But how did that all end between him and this hole in the wall? If he's having nightmares, why does he then go, yeah, you go ahead and go there? Sure. Maybe pay me $800 a month, but go ahead. Like, he's gonna about it, but he's having nightmares about it, but he's acting as if it's cool, it'll help you out. But, and then the hole in the wall is very single white female, almost, like obsessive about the lead guy. Was she obsessed about this uncle character? There's a lot of questions that remain unanswered. And again, maybe if this was part of an anthology and it's like 15 minutes long, or it's part of a fucking 23-minute episode of like an Outer Limits, Twilight Zone type of stuff, maybe it could work. And maybe you could go, okay, it's that short of running time. Yeah, there's answers that I won't get. I can at least give it leeway or give it a pass. But it's just, it's too long, even a short running time, and there's not enough there. Because the rest of the story is, the guy gets there, there's this art show, he goes in, he tries to impress the female gallery director, and then there's this asshole artist there. The lead guy makes this thing where he's hanging up, and he's got all this blood in these little bags, that's his blood. So of course he falls, the thing falls, it drops blood everywhere. I'm thinking, why the fuck would you think this would work? Duh! So of course it doesn't work, and they want nothing to do with him, but he's like, hey, give me 2 weeks. Okay, but they just say that to shut him up, but he believes it. So, hey uncle, I can't pay the whole month, but can I pay for 2 weeks? He gets there. Then, because he heard a story about a guy cutting his fingers off, he's so out of it, he's ready to cut his fingers off, and there's a noise from this hole in the wall. There's a string that the lead guy pulls, and the message goes, Relax, I can help you. Sends him notes at first, and then starts talking to him in this female voice. And then it's like the guy and the female voice talking with each other. She will send little art pieces out, which then people are like, yo, wow. Even though I'm looking at this art piece going, what's so fucking good about this art piece? There's nothing great, there's nothing grandiose about it. So I don't know, it's because the thing in the wall has some power over people. And that's another thing. We don't know the power of this thing in the wall. Because at times it seems helpless. Because at one time the lead guy gets pissed and puts like tape over the wall. And it's like trying to caulk the wall. And it can't do anything. No, please don't do that. But then it can make a phone call to someone. And at one point, it leads a person to a room, and the fucking room has a chair and a bunch of candles that are lit. How does a hole in the wall light a bunch of fucking candles and place a bunch of fucking candles? But then it can't stop someone from caulking the wall. Maybe you should shoot a bunch of those fucking lit candles that you put everywhere in the couple scenes before. So then sending him notes, this female voice starts talking to him. There's this one girl that Dave didn't give him, but she welcomed him into the area. It's not the gallery director, this is another girl. And she's being very nice, gives him food. At one point, he goes off to the art studio to meet with the gallery director while this girl, hey, is anyone in there? She walks in, not a mean lady, a little bit snoopy, but she sees what looks like a light projecting from the hole, puts her eye to it. Her eye gets hurt. She runs off. We never see this character again. And they kind of almost built it like she would be a main character or one of the main characters. We never see this girl again. Is she alive? Did she die of her wounds? Did she say fucking left? Did she go to Detroit? Did she go to Toledo? Did she call a cop? I mean, what's she going to tell a cop, I guess? Hey, there's something dangerous there. It hit me in the eye. You think in the hospital? Like, what hurt you in the eye? We never see her again. That's just strange that character just disappears. And then this movie does this weird thing where every once in a fucking while this text will appear. So it'll be, the lead guy will be there. It'll say his name, and then it'll say some kind of phrase, and then it'll say what his emotions are at that moment. Like this point, awkward feelings, or near the end, wanting happy ending. Not that happy ending, but the other. Why was this in there? It just feels out of place, arbitrary, unneeded. It doesn't bring any amount of wit or creativity or... And it's telling you shit that you can already figure out yourself. It just seems like a weird choice. Like a lot of things in this movie. And it doesn't really show the lead guy and the whole bonding, as stupid as that fucking sounds to say out loud. At least with what happens at the end, you would think, okay, it's going to show some kind of bonding, and maybe he asked, where did you come from? How did you come to be? What is your story? Some kind of bonding. Do you eat? Do you drink? Do I need to feed you? None of that really comes into play. And the reason I boggle my mind at that is because at the end, he feels so bad because the thing's dying. It's not about the art. I really care about you. I need you to know that. Where did this come from? Shows the bonding then. No, instead the female voice is like, well, I can't do any art right now. And he's like, oh, come on, I got, we got less than 2 weeks. I'm on a deadline. well, you could do this for me. I can't tell you, so I'm going to give you a note. Pretty much take down your pants, kiss me, kiss the wall, touch me, so he like fingers the hole a little softly. Should do it softly, guys. And then we don't see the dick, but puts his dick in the wall. I guess it's not a mouth, because she's moaning. It doesn't sound like a moan with a dick in her mouth. Believe me, I know how that sounds. It didn't sound like this. Her mouth seems like there's nothing in it, so... Pussy, pussy. The ultimate glory hole, I guess. And no, she doesn't bite his dick off. She lights it. He's weirded out. No shit. Then she starts going. Then he starts to fall in love and go out with the female gallery director. Spoilers. Fuck yeah, I'll spoil it. And then the hole in the wall is like, well, was she better than me? Well, what kind of relationship could we have? You're not even human. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I gotta go. And then the hole in the wall can make a phone call. It's because leads the gallery director to there. I don't know what the fuck it was trying to do. Was it trying to possess her? Like, why is there all these candles there? How did the candles get there? How they were lit? Lead guy gets there, takes the gallery director out. By the way, no one's that freaked out about a fucking hole in the wall talking to them. People seem pretty fucking cool with it. Like, the girl goes in, she acts like she saw this. A fucking pen. Like, no one is free. If I see a hole in the wall that's talking to me, I'd be fucking freaked out, and I would leave immediately. What the fuck is that? No one's freaked out by a hole in the wall talking to them. No one's that freaked out. No one's that freaked out. Maybe they're from New York. I don't know. I don't remember where this took... Maybe this took place in New York. I don't fucking know. Whatever city it takes place in, maybe that's normal for them. Not here, I guess. Not here for me. Ain't normal for me. So then, he tells one more to the gallery, the female director, gallery director. Before that, that's where he's trying to caulk the holes and tape over them. Which now the hole in the wall can't do anything. She can make a phone call, she can make fucking candles and lit candles appear, but, caulk in the wall and taping on can't do shit. And then she doesn't even seem mean, like, fuck you, you mother cocksucker. She's like, maybe she says it. There's a lot of voices rumbling, but she's kind of begging, please don't do it. No. I take that back. He doesn't do that yet. Because the asshole that I forgot about earlier in the film, and a lot of people forget about, he's now there. And he's like, I made a deal with her. But then, when the guy's beating the lead guy up, the hole in the wall's going, no, don't hurt him. Stop, don't hurt him. I'm like, okay, so I guess it's not that evil of a hole in the wall. And then to protect the lead guy, the hole in the wall grabs, like, sucks the guy's shirt, the asshole shirt, and then, like, one or two pieces of intestine gets sucked into it. That's as gory as the film gets. Considering the cover, you don't be let down in false fucking advertising. The cover is gorier than the movie. Maybe the director, maybe you need to fire the marketing team for giving you a shitty title, false advertising, incredibly misleading cover art, and again, maybe 30, 20 minutes. So then that guy's dead. Fuck him, he's an asshole. Then that's when he's like, I need to tape this, caulk it. Then Or maybe he did it before. I don't fucking know the time. Maybe he did it before that. Maybe he did that before. I can't remember. Anyway, I think now he did that before, and then at this point, what the fuck? He just knocked out. Who knocked him out? Oh, the female gallery director. She's cutting into the hole, and the hole is screaming in pain. Please, please don't cut me. And the gallery director goes, I'm going to put this in my museum, and it's going to make art for me. And the lead guy, sees that this thing is suffering and screaming in pain, and the lead guy's like, don't do that, don't do that. Fights the female gallery director. I see that because she doesn't even have a name. In the end credits, she doesn't even have a name. In the end credits, she's called gallery director in the end credits. That's why I have to keep fucking saying that. And then she accidentally cuts her own fingers off. She runs away. Then because the bitch cut into the hole, the wall, it's bleeding to death. And that's where the lead guy goes, yeah, remember, please no, that it wasn't just a I really did like you. Since when? Maybe put some bonding. So then the hole in the wall dies. Because it can do that, I guess. And then at some time later, there's a random shot of an uncle. The uncle that set him up. I mean, you're like, hey, here's the place, here's the studio. Who I guess had to assume a meeting with this hole earlier in his life. He did some fucking feather that's supposed to mean something. The lead guy, the place is cleared out. He puts a frame on the dead hole. He walks away, and then the end credits roll, and I just go, few questions. Number one, what happened to the girl who got her fingers cut off? She ran off. I would assume she went to the hospital. I would shoot she probably would have called a cop and probably was, I don't know, that guy cut my fingers off. What's the guy going to say? Well, the hole in the wall was bleeding. I mean, she seemed like, well, this asshole got my fingers cut off, so I'm going to call the cops on him. Why didn't she do that? Where did she disappear to? Did she die? I would assume she didn't die. But why didn't, I didn't. You get your fingers cut off. Let me call a cop. Your ass is going to jail. Bye-bye. No. The girl much earlier in the film that got her eye fucked up. What happened to her? She disappeared. Maybe any semblance of dialogue between this guy and the uncle. Hey, uncle, were you here before? Can you tell me a little bit about this hole? Can I get some information from you? No. You would think that'd be something that, I don't know, the lead guy would have done in the 2 weeks. Yeah, uncle, this place you gave me, there's this hole in the wall. What the fuck, man? Or, hey, uncle, this hole Nope. That never fucking happened. Or at least say, hey, hey, asshole uncle. Hey, uncle, did anything weird happen when you were here? There's this weird hole about it, and I keep hearing things. Is there something, there's the strings, some notes. Is there something weird going on that I need to know? Nope, never comes up. Never comes up. And this lead guy, who always wanted to be an artist, did he quit being an artist? What's he going to do now? Is he going to work at Target? Work at Walmart? Is he going to, what? Sweep? Is he going to mow? What's he going to do? What is he going to do? Is he actually going to be an artist? The gallery director girl she's fucking gone. I would assume that opportunity is gone. Is that going to help? Like, what's he going to do? Is he going to go back to living in the basement at the beginning of the film? Is he going to try to reach, what? It doesn't showcase what happens to him afterward. What was the whole fucking point of this? I guess the whole point is don't let someone give you a freebie. Don't put your dick in a wall. I don't fucking know. So if you're going to be successful, do it on your own terms, I guess. This is, for the kind of premise it has, it takes itself very seriously. I almost want to say it takes itself way too seriously for this kind of film. And the acting's not the problem. It is a short running time, but it still felt overlong. Like I said, it left a lot of questions. You could barely call it a horror film. You can't really call it a horror film. I guess if anything I said interests you and you go unknowing, it's a slow build, more dramatic, more drama, not a horror film. There's a teeny bit of horror at the end. I guess you could say it doesn't really have a downbeat ending. It's not an ending where I don't. It's not one of the worst movies ever. It's not Newty. It's not The Amazing Bulk. It's not Pocket Ninjas. It's not Robo Vampire. It's not, what the hell was that Blade wannabe ripoff I saw that cost like $10? I forgot what it was called. It wasn't Vampires. It was another one. I forgot what it was called. It was so bad. It's not any of that. It's just, maybe it's a movie that means well, is trying to mean well, but just a lot. There was not enough meat there for a full-length movie, man. I'm sorry. And like I said, there's a lot of questions that I leave unanswered. Like, why didn't he try to call his uncle? You bring up the uncle at the beginning, and then he, like, nothing. You do nothing with him for the rest of the movie. People are introduced. They get hurt, then they disappear, never to be heard from again. The whole is not really evil. It does some bad things, like hurts the girl's eyeball, but she's not really evil. Oh, I did care about you. Where did that come from? Because maybe have some bonding in between those 2 weeks. Not really. He puts, or I guess well, I guess, if you put your dick in a wall, you and the wall's going to have some feelings with each other. Maybe that's, don't fall over the glory hole. I don't fucking know. I think also it's a premise that it was taken too seriously, and I don't think that was the right call in this instance. Because it just comes off silly. A guy trying to have this romantic with a hole in the wall, and it's a female. It just comes off as silly and ridiculous when you take it this seriously. All that and more, just, yeah, I wasn't a fan of the film. So, with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.